Hello and welcome. I'm Phil Vinogradov, Director of Innovation and Technology for Upper Dublin School District. This is a brief tutorial to get you started with using your G Suite for Education account. You want to get started by having on hand the email address that you've been provided with and the password. And that email address ends with an @udsd.org. When you first sign in, you're going to want to use Google Chrome, and you can either go to google.com and sign in, but to really take advantage of all the features that we have deployed for you, you want to sign into the Chrome browser itself. The Chrome browser itself works as a mini desktop and follows you around on the web across all devices. So to get started there, you can click up here in the upper right where it will ask you to sign in with an account. And here I've already started the process of signing in as a dummy account, Peter Parker. So when I click to turn on sync, I'll be prompted to sign in with that account. And our students use the @stu.udsd.org. But as a staff member, you'll just be using udsd.org. And when you sign into Chrome, you will select Link Data. And what will happen is that all of the apps and extensions that we've pushed out, they begin to deploy for you, right? So our ad blockers deploy, Screencastify deploys, YouTube ad blockers deploy. So a lot of efficiencies will just begin to deploy for you here. And then you'll also be signed into all of your district Google apps, right? So all of those are now here for you. And I want to start this overview tutorial really just to get you started with some of the basics, right? So we have Google Drive, your Gmail, and your calendar. And then from there, where can you find resources to learn more? So we'll start over here with Gmail, right? A place that staff members will spend a lot of time. And if you are already familiar with Gmail, in your personal life, really there's not too many differences, some functional differences that we can go over very, very quickly. Right, so I open Gmail here within the district, and maybe you're not a Gmail user, maybe you've been using it, but you're not aware of all the functionality. So I want to show you some of the resources available for you. So first of all, across all of our Google apps, whether I'm using Google Drive, Gmail, or Calendar, I have two tutorial buttons. This one you will always see, the support button. So if I click support and I want to learn more about using Gmail, I can click on the training button. And I'm brought to the G Suite Learning Center where I can learn really by any product, right? So I can click here and maybe I used to use Microsoft Excel a lot and I want to learn about the power of Google Sheets. I would click here on Google Sheets. If I was familiar with Outlook and I want to know what is the difference between Outlook and Gmail, I can click over here and go through tutorials on switching and what that workflow looks like for me. Another option that I have is to click on the colorful G Suite training icon. This will only show up if you are signed into Chrome. When I click here, I'm going to be provided with a contextual dialog box, and I can begin to start searching through different workflows and functions, right? So if I want to work on how do I most effectively search for an email or an email that I may have archived, I will click on searching for an email. And then these interactive videos begin.
You can find email messages quickly using the search bar above your inbox. You can enter names.
And so when I walk through that lesson, I will begin to see these interactive elements and it'll step me through either very basic or very advanced features. So again, if I want to learn from within a tool, whether I'm in Google Drive, Google Docs, within my calendar, this G Suite training is a really great contextual tool. If I just want overviews, I can go to the training center. Next, when people first open up Gmail, sometimes they like that preview pane, and that's not available by default. All of your settings in Gmail can be customized here in the settings icon. And this is where you can spend some time to pick some defaults. You can, at the very bottom, add your signature. You can do your vacation responders. And remember, if you make any changes, to hit Save Changes. Under this Advanced tab, and I'm jumping here just because this is something that's frequently requested, is the preview pane. How do I see that preview pane? And this is where I can open up my preview pane by hitting Enable and then saving changes. Right? Gmail will refresh. And now I have this preview pane, right? So I can, when I'm in my inbox, I can toggle to a preview pane. And now I can preview emails as I come along and work through them. Right? So here's this email from me to this test student, Peter Parker, and I can preview that email. I'm going to go back here to my line view. I want to show you a few other differences in functionality here within Gmail. So, for example, when I open up this email right here, and I want to reply, you'll notice I have the option to send an email. I can schedule to send it at a set time, or I could send and archive it. Within our EDU domain, we have an unlimited inbox, and so never do I really need to delete anything. If I delete an email, it will disappear from my ability to access it after 30 days. If I archive it, I will be able to access that email anytime by using Google search functionality up here, and the search is very robust. I can search from, to, subject, keywords, attachments, date ranges, etc. So there really is no value in deleting an email. There always is value in archiving email when you're done, or sending and archiving and then it disappears from your inbox. Another powerful integration within Gmail is that if I want to respond and attach something from my Google Drive, I can do that right here. I can then attach a document. I can insert that. And if I go to send it, I'm going to be prompted, do I want to change the sharing settings? Do I want this person to be able to edit the document? Do I want them to be able to view the document? Do I want them to be able to comment on the document? So those all become options as well. Finally, I have integration with my calendar. So I am able to go ahead and say, this is something that I need to follow up on as a student. I received this email from Mr. Vinogradov, and I want to follow up on this internship offer at Drexel University. I need to go ahead and set a calendar date for that to happen. So first I will add it to my tasks. And so here is the task with the associated email, and I can edit the task and say, I want a very specific date and time. When am I going to attend to this? So on Thursday at 11 a.m., I'm going to attend to this task, right? So now that's been added to my tasks. And we'll see right over here in Calendar what that looks like. To reach any of your Google apps, we use the waffle up here. So across all my Google apps, I'll see this waffle. And that's where I can get to shortcuts for any of my integrated apps, including all of these different apps pushed out by the district. I'm going to very quickly hop to my calendar. And the calendar is still loading. Right, and here you'll see that task that I added a little bit earlier. I have from my mail, if I click on the task, right, I will be able to view the related email for the task. Right, so this integration between tasks and email and calendar is all very tight. Calendar is also very self-explanatory. Again, the contextual tutorial or the general tutorial, when I click and I want to create an event, I can create appointment slots, tasks, reminders. Am I out of the office? I'm going to create a sample event. And I click on more options. This is where I can invite a guest. I can find a convenient time, so between my schedule and, again, me, the test student, and the person I'm trying to invite. I can invite as many guests as I like. As soon as I invite one guest, it will create an automatic video conference link. So if that person can't join in person, they can join by video conference. I can attach files and have some additional context there, like I would with any calendar application. And last, we have Google Drive. And this is my core productivity and collaboration suite within Google. I have two views for my Google Drive. So I have the pane view where I can see, and again, this is a test account, which is why we have so many Untitled docs. But I am also able to look at it in a more traditional list view. The power and functionality within the G Suite for content creation with Google Slides, Google Docs, spreadsheets, navigating Drive, and Team Drive is very robust. And this is a place where your training will happen over time as you work with colleagues and peers. But again, if you want to get started with exploring, you have your contextual training and you have the support training here. So welcome, enjoy. Please reach out to me with any questions at any time.